we're live, and so it begins. The demo pack arrived today for the Chronopia, the new version of Chronopia on Kickstarter. We unboxed this, so take a look on the channel if you want to see things open from the very beginning. But now we're going to move to assembly. So let me know in the chat if anything is off as far as sound or picture. I think we're okay. And I'm zoomed in pretty far so we can see everything. So let's just start with our Devout followers. And here's the card. Look at all those stats. And I really like this. This is a thing that all wargames should be doing as far as, you know, being specific about unit size and base size and everything. 30 mil for the base on the followers, and then there's all their the type and classification, unit type, armor, weapon, and charge bonus. Nice. And as you saw in the unboxing, one's right here. The equipment cards are this mini size that can slot right under everything. So we'll start with our followers. And hopefully I've got everything. I think I'm much worse at painting on camera, but hopefully assembly on camera I've gotten down. So just look at the detail there. Look at the chains around the waist, and yeah, everything is looking great. Let me get that lighting angled a little bit. So we're just going to do an assembly, a cleanup and assembly on everything, and may not even base them tonight depending on how things go. Hey, unknown girl, how's it going? So feel free, to ask me anything in the chat as things are going on. I had a nice long conversation with both Martin and Ilias about the Kickstarter. So I've got some really big cutters just in case I'm having trouble getting anything off. But these are nice big rafts, and look at how thick the channels are for everything. That's why the detail is so nice. And I don't see, I mean, we'll see after we go over everything a little bit more if we've got any bubbles or anything. Things look okay for now, but let's give this a shot and see. Make sure I'm not gonna make any mistakes. So staying on camera is going to be the biggest trick, I think. So I'll just go low on some of these channels, and then we can work our way in. There we go. So that's almost terrain. Look at that. I think I made that same joke on the unboxing. Some big pieces. So these are just traditional resin. So the thing you want to be careful of is not to sand or do anything that's going to get this kind of airborne, get the particles so small that you can aspirate them, because they are not good for you. I don't want to use the C word, but I think that's what I think that's why you don't want to breathe them. But as I said, also the final version of these is going to be Ceocast, which is a thermoplastic resin that uses silicone molds, and the nice thing about it is you can remelt it. So all of this, which in resin, after the chemical reaction is done, it's done. You can't repurpose this in any way. But Ceocast, you can take the pieces from the casting and use them in the next run. So let's see here. I want to make sure. I'm worried about that corner. See, there we go. I'm off camera already. Worried about that corner. I'm just going to kind of chip my way into here so we don't get any unnecessary tension. So I'm just going to clip these off and then go in with a knife and try to clean up the edges. And that's basically what you can do if you've got anything sticking out, is just kind of work your way towards the thing you're most worried about, because the smaller the piece is, the less tension you have when you're snipping it off, and the less chance of breaking it. I say that as I do this on live stream. So there, yeah, just kind of work your way into it. Because if I would have taken, it's possible with that large piece, if I would have cut this way, I could have caught the end of that. off. But everything is also reattachable with glue. And we've got a foot kind of stepping forward here. So there's the body. And it's a nice, yeah, it looks like the casting. It's nice and clean. Maybe pull this light up a little bit. You're getting a little, it's getting a little fried. So yeah, and there's little places for arms and legs. So they've got little pins built onto them, I'm sure. So now I'm just taking the hobby knife. I'm just going to run along the edges and try not to take any detail off. Hey Miguel, how's it going? Oh yeah, these are great fantasy miniatures. Yeah, the and the setting for Chronopia was originally developed. I think it's owned now. I'm not sure the game, the Swedish Dungeons and Dragons, the Demons and Dragons, or Dragons and Demons, Drakar och Dominar, is Chronopia was a setting, and I'm not sure if it's still active, but it was one of the settings. I think so. Riot Minds in Swedish is still publishing that game, and they released in English the Trudvang. Trudvang is I think the second or third major setting for it, and that was released in English with its own system, which is more similar to the Swedish role-playing system, which is also kind of based on basic role-playing. All right, so just try to clean up the edges here. Got a little piece here that's not cooperating. There we go. And maybe flatten this a little bit so it sits on the base a little. Oh, and let me, while I'm saying base, so here's the base size. So 30 mil bases. And yeah, so the miniatures are going to sit nicely on those. And these are the rounded kind of recessed. They've got a little lip on them, and any basing material that you use will kind of sit in there nicely. But yeah, looks like the miniature itself fits perfectly on there. So I don't know what this is. There's a little piece of something in this fold. I have to work out. But the thing with the knife is you're not going to make anything small enough. Sorry. Stay on camera. Stay on camera. I'm not going to make anything small. Yeah, so basically you have a human faction, and then a corrupted human faction, and then elves, dwarves. And they're not kind of traditional Forgotten Realms or Tolkien style. The elves are much more like drow, or like almost like Skaven, and how conniving they are against each other. There's a lot of infighting between the elven houses, so a lot of backstabbing and intrigue. There we go. And I think we're good. Oh, there's a little bit. Let me just shave down so the foot's actually going to make better contact. But the poses are nice and dynamic. They're all, kind of marching forward. And so I'll get all the pieces off, and then we'll take a quick glance at the assembly to make sure that I don't do anything foolish. So just take these off. Yeah, this is a situation where I probably want to clip it a little lower as well. Yeah, definitely if you're not into wargaming but use miniatures for role playing, these are the designs are really great. The what would be the greenskins in other settings but aren't green in Chronopia have a kind of a Middle Eastern influence. So orcs and ogres and trolls. Oh, there's a little bit of there's a little bubble there. on the sword have a very unique stylization, and orcs are alchemists and scholars, and not just big dumb brutes. So they changed up the traditional fantasy tropes quite a bit, and that's really appealing. I really like how all of that was set up. Okay, let's get this handle. Yeah, that looks like it's not gonna come away so cleanly. So again, we're just gonna kind of work our way. If you can see we've got the bottom of the pommel, the little kind of ornamentation on the end there that's kind of sunken in. So I want to try to keep as much of that as possible. Just try to clip away and do it on camera. My clippers are camera shy. I always pull them too close. I'm kind of zoomed in, so I've got a very small range here. Hopefully get this close. Yeah, the problem is the other side has no flashing on it, so you're going to see very obviously if this isn't cleaned as well. I think I can get it. That's pretty close. There we go. And that's just pinned. Oh, so we must have arms somewhere still. So that's just the sword. Oh yeah, that's right. We've got the pauldrons and everything. So these guys are much more elaborate. Nice. Yes, I've got eight to assemble, which is much less daunting than a lot of other projects. When I started the Rohirrim over the new year, there was a lot more miniatures in that box, and I didn't get as far. I assembled, but I didn't get everything painted before the holiday finished. All right, yeah. So just especially with resin, I'm sure anybody that's working with resin, it's not going to be your first time. It's a material that's been around for a while. And it captures detail really nicely, but it is breakable. It is it's more brittle than PVC or polystyrene based stuff, but the detail is much nicer. Yeah, PVC, like board game miniatures, they get really soft detail. So if they use, especially on Kickstarters, if they use renders, then they look really nice, and then when you get the final product, they're much softer and less kind of lacking. There we go. So I have a shield. Let me keep an eye on the chat. Oh yeah. Yeah, the plastic that they used for the Siege of the Citadel miniatures. Yeah, I agree. Or even yeah, for Warzone. Oh, for the Protos, was it the Protos? Yeah, I never had. I think those were all resin as well, but I never had any of the Protos, or never bought any of the Protos. I was close a couple of times, and then right as I was getting motivated to build an army, they discontinued the game. Right, yeah, they'll let you choose from the 5 factions. I think it's the starter box is going to be Devout versus your, I don't know, they may, it looked like from one of the posts that it's Devout versus one of the factions, but there's so much, fighting between all the mortal races that maybe they'll let you pair them in other ways. Oh, sorry, can't stay on camera. Yeah, I'm worse with painting because you get really focused on painting and you pull it right towards your nose, and your nose is not on camera, so people are just watching your cutting mat, your tabletop. All right, so we've got a little kind of wisping fabric here. This is really nice. This is, if you've ever worked with that ungodly fine cast, that stuff is really brittle. The Forge World and Games Workshop stuff, that stuff is really brittle. That's why I'm so cautious clipping things out, because I've had, you know, cuts that just run and just tear off more fragile pieces on fine cast. It's just such a nightmare, and there's bubbles and so much repair and cleanup work, and they're so expensive. Yeah, I'm really excited for this Kickstarter to launch, so we can see what we're dealing with, and I hope there's really big interest so we can unlock a lot of stuff. I want to see the blood totems and, you know, all the big demons and stuff show up. I mean, they will eventually, I hope, as the game continues. I keep doing it. I guess that it's either going to be the top of my head on camera or me pulling this in. All right, so we're going to work our way under here. Yeah, I haven't cleaned up or cut any Seocast yet. I know some of the newer Infinity models are using that now. And I guess because they were talking about the fluctuations in metal prices was really hurting. I'm totally blanking on the guys that do Infinity. But that's why they were looking for alternatives, because they liked the, you know, the detail that metal gives you, so they were clinging to metal mini production much longer than a lot of the other companies. Actually, this looks like it needs a knife. Yeah, so I'm curious what it's like to work with. But definitely good job to the sculptor, the artist that's doing Chronopia. These are really great, and they're really accurate representation of the of the illustrations. So the illustrations, either the Adrian Smith or the new ones that are being produced for the game, the miniatures are very faithful, but also nicely dynamic. They're not very flat, static poses, so that's good. It'll look much nicer on the table than a bunch of miniatures that look like they could be printed on or rendered in hieroglyphics. Nice. So that fits perfectly. Yeah, the pieces are cast nicely. So we'll just try to keep things oriented where they need to go. So we've got a head and then one more pauldron, and then we're ready to glue. I think my glue is dried out, so I have to open another package, which is really frustrating. I was just doing work in January, and just a couple of months, and the glue that I opened is already dry. It's really a terrible package that needs to be redesigned. I couldn't imagine if it was a larger bottle, so look at that. Yeah, nice. Nicely done. Oh, thanks. Thank you. Yeah, this is, I thought it would be worth taking a look at anybody that gets one of these. Like, there's a competition to win one. If you haven't worked with resin before, it's a little daunting to take things off of these. You know, these giant rafts are a little bit more intimidating than sprues, so I thought it would be worth doing as long as I can stay on camera. So, this is a little round. Yeah, I think I lost a little something there. This left side spike is a little dulled. It still should look okay. And I guess it depends on which way the head is oriented. That's the thing that's getting so amazing with all the computer renderings and how they're broken down. They can hide seams and things so amazingly well. Now you have to really admire the kind of engineering of how they cut the miniatures are cut and assembled. Because it's one thing to make a beautiful sculpt, but if you can't eliminate some ugly mold lines cutting through your work, it's you lose a lot. All right, got another little streaming fabric here. Yeah, so look at that. So with CeoCast, this is all going to be reused, but with resin, the chemical reaction has happened, so we're done with it. All right, so I'm just going to clip along this little swirling detail here. I think I should actually shave this down. It's very curved. There we go. Yeah, and I hope these live streams, if you come across these on our channel or just on YouTube or Twitch, I hope it gets you to check out the Kickstarter. It's the end of this month, so March 29th. And hopefully it goes well. I'm so happy to see this game and world, the setting back, because it's been gone the longest. There's been attempts, multiple attempts to bring Warzone back. And this is the first time we've seen Chronopia in about 25 years. Maybe 20 years? Yeah. I think it was gone... Yeah, 20 years, because I think it was gone 2001, 2002. Was when Target... Or, I'm sorry, Excelsior, the second company to work on it, for them to kind of give up. There we are. Yeah, don't see anything else. We'll, once we get things assembled too, we'll go over and make sure we've caught everything. All right. Oh, this looks, yeah, this is gonna look really good. Oh yeah, that'll sit right there. Yeah, this is really well cast. There's nothing, there's not a lot of extra to get out of the way. Okay, well, let's see. Stay on target. Nice. Oh. Oh, yeah. I'm just worried I'm going to put the top of my head under the camera when I'm not paying attention, or keep bumping the camera stand like that. Yeah, I gotta... Yeah, that's the problem. The arm that the camera is on, I can't quite pull close enough towards me, so I'm sitting forward a little bit more. That's why I keep doing this off camera. But I think I'll get it. I'll get the hang of it. All right, yeah. So let's anything. Oh, maybe there's a little bit in here that'll help it sit flatter. And I've got the assembly guide just off camera, so I can double check. I've got everything oriented, but you can tell just by the fit where things want to go. Nice. All right, but here I'll show you guys. So they did a nice, both on the box and then on the. So here's who we're working on now. This guy with the sword held high and the shield low. So yeah, it looks like we've got all the pieces. Yeah. I'll just do it a bit at a time. So here's my possibly dried glue. We'll put it on this side because it'll sit in that little reservoir. Yeah, I might have to open the other one. If I have to squeeze this too hard, it's gonna be a problem. There we go. Yeah, it's a little gooey because it's getting dried out. Yeah, so that's the only unappealing part. I mean, that the really nice thing about the polystyrene is the cement that you use. Pull this up. Because it basically is stronger than superglue because it chemically melts the plastic and then it refuses together. So it's as strong as the bond between, between the plastic itself. You're basically fusing plastic. Oh, and so it'll be a nice long stream because I don't have any accelerator for the super glue. So we shall enjoy watching my hands. So something is actually happening. The stream is still live. It's just I'm holding these pieces together. Yeah, I don't have any of the spray to speed things up, but this is a fast. Holding. Yeah, see, a fast drying cement. So we should be okay. So let's just give that a little bit. Yeah, it's really, they're really looking good so far. Their pieces are slotting together really well. Yeah, there's only bubbles I found so far is on the sword. There's a few, and I think this was the one that the sword had actually fallen off the channel as well. Well, actually. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do a little pre-assembly on this guy because the sword is so small. Yeah, let's really have to squeeze hard. I think the bottle's almost done. But I'll have to fill, you can see probably on the video, I'll have to fill those little bubbles on the edge there. But yeah, pieces fit really well. All right. Nice. So yeah, hope everyone's having a good morning, afternoon, evening. Oh yeah, that would be great. Yeah, Stygia and the Sons of Kronos and Swamp Goblins, Cerulean Hordes, Underregno of the Sea. Oh, the Sea God, that's right. Yeah, that was mentioned in the interview as well. If you look at the, was it the Two Rivers? Yeah, the Land of the Two Rivers book has a more detailed map of Stygia, and they have the this area that's marked for the sea god, so we're going to see new races. That's going to be great. Nice. Yes, 5. Start with the 5 original, which is a good way to go because that's what I think everybody is ready for. But I can't wait to see. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to do the head next because it's gonna get pretty tricky. Oh yeah, I see. Maybe it was intentionally because he's got his head. He's gonna have to turn his head a little bit like that. So see if I can get any more glue out of this bottle. Yeah, this was my favorite glue except for how quickly it dries out, but they stopped selling it in a lot of places in Japan. It's German, I think, originally. I think Loctite is a German brand. And it's the fumes, it's low fume and quick drying, so I really like it. Some super glues I get headaches because the fumes are so bad. Yeah, we definitely want to get this head on here now, because I think once both pauldrons are on, it's going to be a tight squeeze. Yeah, probably should have done that first, but I actually wasn't sure about the position. So I think that works well. Yeah, I love the design. I love Stygia's look, even in the original miniatures. They're probably the less derpy looking of a lot of the factions, because a lot of the human factions and proportions get a little weird. And I think that was even, I think Alex said that about Warzone as well, is and you've got these really gorgeous illustrations for the Mutant Chronicles Warzone, but the execution by some of the Heartbreak miniatures is a little silly. Like the Venusian Ranger, the mounted, or the Marshal, I think, mounted. His horse is a little squat, a little pony-like. So you don't quite make sure you get that pin seated in there. Yeah, these fits are really good. It's really easy to guide things in. Nice. Yeah, the assembly is going really well. We just, it's been really easy. There hasn't been a lot of things, because sometimes it's really difficult to get things to meet flush because there's so much extra material, or it just, in the casting, it just didn't go well. This is very clean. Look how nice everything sits. Those pauldrons and the spikes are excellent. Very, very spiky and devout. Oh, let me see. Yeah, with I think with the pose, the shield isn't held so close to the body that you want to maybe paint it pre. It's held out far enough that I think we don't need to do any pre-painting. Everything can just go on the model itself. So I want to get these. I want to play painted. So when we play this demo, I really want to be playing it painted and not only primed or bare resin on the table. That's blasphemous. Yeah, I'm glad the demo set wasn't any bigger than 8, because definitely want to get everything painted, at least by the time during the course of the Kickstarter. All right, let's see if we can get the angle. It's a little more than we want here. Glue-wise, okay. Yeah, the glue's thickening up, so it's not drying well. There we go. Get that locked in. Yeah, the positioning of everything feels really good. Sometimes even when there's a kind of a pin and a little divot for it to go in, they just kind of slide off of each other. Oh, wow. Yeah, look at that. Really, really compliments to the sculpture. That's a great dynamic pose, but it's still, completely recognizable from the original art. Look at that. Yeah, these look great. So yeah, just a couple little bubbles. That's just resin. So a couple little bubbles on the sword, and we will be good. Good to prime. All right, and hopefully he'll stand. We'll start a little line of finished. Is it going to be okay, or should I stick him to a base? All right, and we've got one more follower. Excellent. Oh yeah, the heroes. Yeah. The heroes for the Stygian heroes. Oh, Miguel says, I have a priestess and a guardian sitting next to me right now. Oh, great. Missing a few more big units. Oh, wow. That's great. Yeah, it's a little... I think I'm going to wait. Tomorrow is supposed to be warmer. It's pretty cold this evening. Oh, here's the sword that fell off. It wasn't the other one. It's a little cold this evening, so I don't think, even if I get these put together, that I'm going to prime anything. And we'll see how far I get. I'll at least try to do all of one side. But here's our second. It's a different pose, so we've got multiple poses. So here's our other follower, which is kind of a basic unit. So there's two of them in... two of the four are followers for the Devout. Let's go here and try to get him clipped out. Oh yeah, so that's already broken. Let's see. Yeah, it's already. Yeah, I'm glad everything arrived safe too. It was well packaged, so thank you, Martin. That was everything came very intact. So what do we got here? This is just kind of thin flashing, but I can't see. There we go. And here, there we go. Look at that. It's like an altarpiece. Oh, this thin stuff I think I'll just scrape off with the knife. Yeah, I'm wondering now if the unboxing, if anybody could even make out how the miniatures look, because there was a lot of extra material. So this will be much better. Yeah, I saw the first unboxing that I saw done of this box. He was able to assemble a couple of miniatures and stick those on the end of the unboxing. That would have been nice. Or that's a nice idea. It just means on camera. Yeah, definitely Miguel getting me to stay on target. I'm just using the force. I turn away from the camera and am guided purely by another power. Yeah, I keep yeah, that's not good. Yeah, I like assembly. Doing assembly live streams is fun though, because it is such a repetitive, lonely thing, so it's much more fun. Painting is a little bit more, you need a little more concentration, but yeah, just cleaning up an assembly, it's fun to have people to talk at and get feedback as well. Yeah, it's really oh yeah, I gotta, maybe not tonight, but I'll get my dark tusks out. I would have dwarves. My army is dwarves for original Chronopia, so I'll get those guys out for one of the next streams. Alright. Oh, so this rear foot is actually, yeah, under the robe. So we're not going to see it. Interesting. Yeah, I'm going to have to flatten this out a bit, I think, though, so it sits better. Nice. Yeah, I really like how things look. I'm holding up to my face, not your face. Yeah, but I'm just enjoying all that detail. There's some really nice layering and things. Nice. And really reproduced well. Like there's not a lot of mistakes or like missing, bubbles and missing pieces. It's great. There we go. Yeah, I need some kind of alert that you guys can, every time I slide off camera, you can just alert me. There is nothing on the camera. Yeah, over the shoulder, I think, is nice for doing this kind of work as well. Over the shoulder camera, but that's a little tricky for me to set up right now. My friend that does a lot of painting on live stream has it like a tripod on a table with some real height, and it it's a really good angle. My camera setup is less less ideal. Yeah, maybe I should just get some really strong glasses to wear, or maybe look through just a magnifier, because then I don't have to bring it close. It'll stop the bringing it close to my face habit. And there's also a microphone. Yeah, there's a lot of detail on these guys. I think that's the advantage of digital now as well, is that's like when I was looking at the chainmail on the elves at the unboxing, it was so beautiful, so intricate and beautiful. You just got to be careful not to make sure you thin your paints and not flood that beautiful detail. That's unfortunately the bad part of all the nicer looking miniatures with very sharp, intricate detail, is it's so easy to erase it with too much primer, or too thick a coat of paint. Yeah, it's good. There's a lot for this to sit on. Yeah, I think I'm going to put some texture on the base before I actually put these down, because they've got the feet. I don't want to bury any of the details of the feet or anything, so I'll sand those bases and then glue these guys directly to that before I prime, so they don't look like they're wading through a desert, because there's some great details around the edges here. I don't want all that to get lost, so I'll make sure they're on top of the any treatment I do to the base. Oh, little bubble there. I think we'll be fine. Nice. Yeah, actually this is not going to even be seen, so not have to worry. So already the pauldrons are already on this figure, so basically we're just doing, so this isn't cleaned up yet, but oh yeah, it's not going to go on there. Oh wait, that horn is making me orient it, so it has to go this way. Ah yeah, because there's a little horn off the back of here, so it has to sit at this angle. Nice. Alright, so let's get this sword cleaned up. Yeah, so I wonder if we're going to be able to get some games, and all of the emergency stuff. The infections are lower in Japan now, so all the emergency conditions are lifted this week. So we should be able to physically meet. So maybe I can talk Chris into giving this a shot. And maybe we'll do the first, just the learning game off camera, so we don't embarrass ourselves too terribly. But I'll give you guys an update on when and how we're going to do that. But we should be able to do some nice live streams of the demo. And I really like how complete the demo box is. I mean, even down to dice, that's great. They weren't, making you, the only thing we have to do is a mat on the table and some terrain, and we're good. But that's great. Everything was included. I think that's, is there more here? I think so. Yeah, I just, if my camera could be just like, just a couple of inches closer, I wouldn't go off camera. But it's as precarious, it's really precarious as it is now, so anything else is going to be too much. All right, so that's not going to want to stand up, is it? Yeah. Let's see. Take a little bit off of this side. There, it's less round now. And we've got another head. Yeah, I think that one head was intentionally, that spike was a little shorter so it could nestle against that pauldron, because you didn't even see it. The one I was worried about on this side being too dull is almost invisible. There we go. Nice. Yeah, I love these. Helmet designs, these corrupted knights, these black knight kind of designs. Alright. Yeah, very similar. So maybe I'll do the head last again, because I kind of like to turn, use the head as a nice line for the body, so based on the pose. So once we have the arms on, we'll kind of see how the body is twisting, and then and figure out from there which way the character would be looking. So if it's possible, it's nice to do the tilt of the head last, so that you so it can look the best, make the most sense with how the sculpt was, how the body's positioned. I like that as much, and that's a nice way to, if there are very similar models, like something like Blood Bowl or something where they're actually almost monopose and identical sculpts, you can turning the head and stuff makes quite a bit of difference, and makes the balance of the body and the pose look very different and interesting. I like that a lot. I got a lot of variety out of the exact same model, with different cutting up the arms and different head positions, just so that it doesn't look too copy paste. All right, what do we got? Oh yeah, we gotta shave this down. All right. On camera, on camera. Yeah, right. Instant statue. Unknown girl. I would have to give you my cell phone numbers. You just text me every time I'm off camera. Stay on camera. Yeah, anything I focus on, I need to put close to my nose. So I need a better camera stand or longer arms. I wonder which is easier to fix. All right. And the good thing about doing things on camera, or on live stream at least, is it makes me do them. It's much more easy to procrastinate without an audience. I learned that with my cartoon as well. All right, we're good. Yeah, nice. The cross is nice and clear on the shield. So this is, yeah, fewer pieces, so there's no sub-assembly required. Yeah, I like the fact that the shield is being held so far away from the body. That's going to be much friendlier to paint. Wow, it looks really good. A lot of times you're basically just gluing the shield flat, flat against, especially the older miniatures. The shield's just going flat against the body. Oh, a little bit of bubble, yeah, a little bubbling on that spike. Oh, resin. All right. Oh, come on. There it goes. Yeah, there's still glue in there. It's just seen better days. So we'll go. Go this way. There we go. And then the freeze frame. All right. Yeah, the resin's a little porous, so that's the nice thing about super glue. White metal and things are a little frustrating. Gluing, I always found those a little frustrating, but because this is a little porous, the liquid soaks in faster, and because this is kind of high speed super glue, it does pretty well. At least it holds in place pretty quickly. I just hope this will stand flat enough. But yeah, I really like the positioning of the shields. They're not flat to the body. You can actually paint the back of them, and yeah, that's great. Good stuff. All right, so yeah, let's do both of the arms before we do the head, because I think, yeah, it's more of a defensive pose, so maybe straight ahead will look pretty good. All right. That's good. I love factions with spikes because it gives you little ways to hold the miniature without touching too much of it. There we go. Let me make sure I get that angled in there well. There we go. A freeze frame. So we'll see how late we go tonight. I don't have an early morning tomorrow, so we should be good. At least we'll get our Devout. Oh, come on. Oh, I think oh, wait. Okay, yeah, I was getting the angle wrong. I wasn't pushing the flat surfaces together. Yeah, there it is. Nice. Yeah, so his foot is this way. Yeah, so maybe the direction that he's stepping will be good. So a little bit to his right as far as the... Yeah, and I think that's what the miniature's telling me to do anyhow. Yeah, to kind of be in line with his stride will look good. Just a small amount, please. You old bottle. Oh, there. It was right there, waiting. Nice. Yeah, and always with Infinity Metal, my fingers were always covered with super glue by the end, because there were so many, they notoriously have the tiny antennas, like little fins and rabbit ears and things to put on characters. That's seated. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, it wasn't seated. There we go. Yeah, really nice. So here's the same unit, but two very different poses. That's great. Yeah, these are going to be fun. fun to paint. Yes. You get very intimate with your super glue. Doing infinity. Yeah, not bad. There's something, yeah, something here. There we go. Nice. Yeah, I really want to sand the bases before I put them down because of the nice detail around the feet. So yeah, we'll let them. They're already dry enough they can sit off. All right, so there's our followers. Excellent. 11 close combat. 11 leadership. All right, so let's go. Our next one is the Swordsman follower. So this is just, oh yeah, this will be nice. So here is the Devout Swordsman follower. So he's just got a large two-handed sword. Nice. Yeah, I think the Devout, I might regret it because there is some white, like the shields and things. Shields and some of the robes are white, but I think for the metal parts, I really want to prime them black, but I don't know if I'm going to regret that. I guess it's easier to go back and paint the armor black than it is to go up from white, or go up to white from a black primer. I'll see. Yeah, I think I have a decent white. Sorry, I'm just doing the big stuff now, kind of chipping it off. Alright, so here and here. So it's just this big one down here on the cloak. Cha-cha. Oh, I got a little crack. Oh, no. Yeah, I've got a little crack at the... Yeah, that's a hard... I'm having trouble. So I might have to glue. See, I got a little crack here. From the corner of the cape. Let me just go... Oh, no. Yeah, that angle is not good. I might have to rebuild that. Because it's, yeah, very thick. Yeah, oh, it's too bad. I think it'll be okay. It's not completely off, and I should be able to clean it up and kind of push it together. Yeah, the angle was just not good. I twisted it a little before I should have. Yeah, there's still plenty of material holding that on, so we should be fine. Oh yeah, it was oh, that's right. Yeah, so from behind I couldn't see that angle, so there was much thicker. That channel was much thicker and a much different angle than I thought. So let's see. Yeah, we'll be fine. Disaster averted. And again, we've got a pretty nice heavy base, you know, where the robes kind of touch. A lot of material to glue the base, glue them down to the base. All right. Oh, this is gonna look so good with that big sword. Yeah, let me see where's the pose. Yeah. Oh, this is gonna be good. So go ahead and get this cape cleaned up. So I'm really curious with Chronopia starting on the 29th. I'm curious what Warzone is going to do. And if they have, Alex said they have kind of a strategist, like a Kickstarter strategist that they're using, or somebody that's helping them plan and market things. So I wonder if they would be helped by some overlap, or if it would hurt the number of backers, if people would be, the momentum from Chronopia would help them, or if people are like, I've already pledged Chronopia. Although I think, I don't know, it was the same company, but maybe there's not as much overlap. But yeah, I'm curious. I'm just paring away the thick channel that was on this cloak. Actually, I think I'm going to put some glue in there. Oh, this is where I really wish I had my super thin, the glue that I use for the styrene, the polystyrene stuff. Just soaks into the the capillary action will just like take it right into the crevices, but this will not. And the nice thing about Japan is you've got an infinite supply of bamboo skewers. So just kind of push that in there. And try to get that to stick. Yeah. So we'll give that a second. Anything? Oh, there's a little ripple on the cloak here that I think is, yeah, the casting. Wow, there's not a lot of, not a lot of errors on the cast, taking away from the detail from the resin casting. Very clean. Oh, we want to maybe nip that off instead of carving it. So again, this is actually going to be two pieces, just the head, because I think the two arms, the two arms are already on the sword. So yeah, we're just a head and a weapon for this one. Sorry, I don't mean to blow on the microphone. Oh yeah. Yep. You can barely even see that now. Oh, I wish you could just get a little bit more in there. Yeah, the glue is too thick. But a little bit of thickness on this back won't be bad, as long as it, if it's going to hold it on there. And then I'll just carve this down later. All right. Nice. So let's see how much work we got to do. Get this sword off. Yeah, we've got more of the kind of, it looks like fur, or the trailing fabric or fur on the gauntlets. I'm almost on camera. It's so close. I'll just keep talking so you know that I'm still here. I haven't walked away. Right. Oh, that's going to be a little tricky. Yeah, I saw there was a YouTube video that was talking, they were showing the cleanup of an Infinity model with the CO cast, and they were saying that you can heat it and bend it. So if there's anything like a spear or anything that's a little bit off as far as not looking straight or rigid, that you can actually, because it's thermoplastic, so you can heat it up and reshape it a little bit. So that was good. Good to hear. All right. There's a little extra here that we don't need. Yeah, so the Devout came together pretty quickly. Uh-oh. There's a little bit of extra material. It's going to make that pin not work very well. There it is. All right. Hey, William, how's it going? Oh, nice. Oh, Lil Will, too. Good to see you. Yeah, we're just cleaning up some resin miniatures that the company that's doing Chronopia sent us to do some, to play the demo version of their game. So I'm really excited to do this. This is the first miniatures game that we've gotten to preview. We've previewed some RPGs and things, but this is great opportunity. So yeah, just kind of scraping scraping with a knife. The most exciting thing you'll find on Twitch, I'm sure, at the moment. Oh wait, maybe if I get really close to the microphone, it could be an ASMR. The sound of a blade shaving resin might become the latest fetish. Nice. Very cool. Yeah. Good to see you, William. Yeah, I never played elves, or even, I don't think I even played against elves. So I'm curious. Yeah, and I'm curious how summoning and magic will go. I think Martin said that it's very, very close. Oh, this down to the like to first edition. Yeah, and I wonder. I really would love to talk to the rules designer for for Warzone Eternal too, because they're really sounds like they're departing a bit from the. They're making a change in the rules that I'm really curious about the mechanics of that, how that's going to work. And I think it's mostly just an army building thing. But some people might be frustrated that it seems like it's going to be cutting people off from a couple of factions. That's a tricky setting, though, because unlike Chronopia, where there's, fighting between the races, but also kind of a good and evil, or like, saving the kingdom from this dark incursion, there's a lot more stress on the corporations fighting. And so the dynamic between the corporations fighting and then them working together with the help of the Brotherhood to fight the Dark Legion is a little bit more distracting. And maybe they're just trying to figure out a way to start small, which I think Chronopia has done really well. And I'm so excited to see the solo rules as well. Hopefully we'll get some previews of those when the Kickstarter's rolling. Okay, so there's a lot of stuff going on there that I need to get rid of. Yeah, this pin is a little crowded out. Yeah, this is that thing I was talking about. We're going to kind of lose some of that to get it flush, but it should be fine. We've got 2 points of contact, so we'll be good. Nice. All right, well, we'll do this first. We'll do the arms first, and then go back and position the head. And here. Oh, not so much. All right, sorry, I'm blotting some extra glue. I don't think it needs to be. We need to go so heavy. There we go. Yeah, there's a lot of good surface area for both of these to sit. Make sure, yeah, I think we're good. Yeah, this one's, yeah, that's really flat. Nice. Yeah, I love that pose. All right, and we still have, can he stand? Almost. Oh, I should be moving these out of the way after I've taken them off so I don't lose a piece or hunt for a piece that I've already removed. Oh, that, yeah, that helmet's great. Got some even more spiky detail. Nice. Yeah, I wonder when 3D sculptors are working and they have the, you know, the reference of an original illustration, if they literally just bring it into the workspace and measure proportions and things off of it. It seems like that would be a good way to maintain, you know, the likeness. All right. There we go. Yeah, I like this helmet a lot. Give us some space here. This looks like extra. Yeah. Although we might need that. Oh yeah, so he's got kind of a, are we good? Yeah. So he's, yeah, he's definitely got an angle he wants to be at. So let's try to maintain that. I should leave this inverted or something. So every time I put it back down, the glue works its way too far back into the dried out sludgy part of the bottle. Nice. Is that looking down a little too much? Let's see here. Yeah, and unfortunately, like, unlike the polystyrene glue, you don't have so much time to reposition with super glue. Am I hitting the spot there? Yeah, it doesn't feel like I'm making any contact. There we go. All right. So chin up a little bit. Yeah, yeah. That's really nice to be here from the very beginning with this, with the Chronopia project. So it's following the Facebook group, and I really like the the enthusiasm and the support going on for Chronopia. There's a lot of really good people in that group. All right, we are almost completely devout. Nice. Oh yeah, so there is. Oh, interesting. Oh, here we go. Yeah, so I love that. Here we go. I love the helmet on this illustration, and but we've got a little bit of a variation there. It's not the long. It's not as long, and the kind of T slot visor, but still nice. Still very vicious looking. Okay, and our last Devout. All right, of course, is the Cursed with that big axe. Great. Oh, I gotta make sure I don't screw up that cloak again. I think this one's a little bit easier, but there's like an under cloak there. And this is, yeah, another one. So it's two-handed, so it's just a head and a weapon. Nice and easy. So, okay, these are spikes. Yeah, I've got to get the 3D printer up and running too, because there are STLs associated with the campaign, so it'll be fun to. Yeah, that's the with miniature wargaming. STLs are tricky because you can, if it's a massive, if it's a kind of grand army massive battle game, and you have an STL, you can print it. That means you have infinite numbers of that unit, so you can print it infinitely. I mean, if you don't mind the exact same pose. But yeah, it's tricky, I think. And still, a lot of the systems for selling STLs and things online aren't perfect. So we'll see how it progresses. But the miniatures are the most work. I mean, I guess the rules, polishing the rules and playtesting everything. That's a huge amount of time as well, but the man hours and what you have to pay sculptors to produce miniatures is, I don't know if STLs are going to. There we go. Oh, perfect. We're going to average, and just because of the fact that the digital hoarders and the lazy that are pretty proficient with their printers, it's just once something is out there in a digital form, it's infinitely duplicated. It never goes away. It's not controllable, so that's difficult. And the argument of people that would illegally download something wouldn't pay for it anyhow. So there's got to be similar to how Patreon and things work, where you're giving something away and you're saying, this did cost us a lot to produce, so if you are playing it, please pay what you think it's worth. Kind of what itch.io and some of the indie platforms are doing. But like Chris was saying about pay what you want on Drive-Thru RPG, everybody's pay what you want price is 0. so many people pay nothing, but then that's sometimes made up for by someone that really likes the work and pays you $20 for a a $5 PDF. So I don't know, we still haven't figured all of that out yet, I think. Yeah, there's the whole 3D Sculptors Patreon thing going on now, where they're just like doing time. If you join their Patreon, you've got like a limited time, like they do monthly releases, and you've got limited time to get it as a patron, and then it goes on their store for everybody else. Stay on the camera. So, but that's been a little frustrating because, especially when artists are managing their own stuff, it's yeah, it's good. They have a direct connection to their audience, but they do some random wacky stuff sometimes that just gets really frustrating. So when they say, I will never do something, don't count on it. Alright, so this is the flat. There we go. Yeah, we want that as flat as possible. Oh, these guys look good. Oh, maybe here too. All right. Let's get the axe off. Nice. Yeah, there's so much. I mean, there's so many applications for 3D printed parts and things. It's amazing. So, okay. I can't quite see the shape of that axe yet. Oh, don't land on the head. There we go. All right. Oh, this is a little flexible here. Oh, there's the edge. Okay. Yeah, I couldn't see how the where the edge of that axe was. I didn't want to take off any points or anything. Oh, and one more. Oh. Okay, this. All right. What did we do? We didn't lose anything. No, that's okay. I heard something hit the table. I'm like, what was that? Oh yeah, we're good. All right. So yeah, I just gotta find the good angle. Oh, I think that was it. Yeah, that was all I needed. Okay. So smooth this out. So yeah, an hour, it'll be about an hour and a half and 4 miniatures. So I think we'll get everything assembled tonight. That's good. And then, whoop, I'll work on the base. Oh no! Did I just break them? Oh, I just broke them in half. Oh, right at the haft of the, okay, well, we're going to have to put the arms in. That's where I was feeling that flex. Yeah, we're going to have to put the arms in and then reconnect the haft there. Yeah, it just flicked it right off. Oh, the first disaster. I'm looking at the clock. That's why. The first disaster of the evening. So, okay, where is the axe going here? So this way. Yeah, we'll just make this meet back up when we position the arms. Oh yeah, there's no pin. Yeah, strange. So actually that should be flat. Oh, okay. I was having trouble. Yeah, that piece yeah, these arms are a little bit tricky. So I was seeing that as flat. Okay. So is this ever gonna meet back up? Wait a minute. Yeah, so the final suppose. Let me just look on the box real quick. Yeah, I was drawing the... But we've got... So that is all extra material? Yeah, we don't have a pin. So yeah, we don't have a pin or anything here. So I think I have to just draw that all... cut that all flat and then find the position for it. The same... Okay, yeah, so these arms are a little bit odd. Because, yeah, they don't have any good flat surface, and the way they're grooved is a little bit confusing. Just make sure we have the thumbs, yeah, here. Okay, well, this is the first kind of oddity. So that's the pin, and it should go there. Huh. So, yeah, that's odd. So yeah, we're looking at, so the blade is being held out that way. So this is actually coming over the haft. So it should be like this. Yeah, this has all got to go. I think that's what I'm looking at. All of this has to go. That was, yeah, really confusing. I thought that was like a side section of arm or something, but yeah. There we go. So that meets up flush this way. There we go. Okay, now it's making more sense. So which one is going to tell us the position? Yeah, that's the problem with super glue, is I only get one chance to make these line up. Okay, like that. There we go. Okay. So if this is broken unevenly enough, it should, yeah, maybe I'll actually glue this first to see if it holds. Yeah, I don't think doing it after is gonna be possible. I don't think they're gonna meet, in other words. Alright. I'm on camera. I'm on camera. Yeah, it's uneven enough. I think I can get the right position. Yeah, watch out. So I think the spear is going to be another tricky part. The shaft of the spear. If there's two hands on the spear, we got to be really careful not to put any tension in that middle part. The exciting. Hey Miguel, how's it going? Yes, another chance to see gluing fingers. Yeah, resin is brittle. That's for sure. Yeah, drop something and you're gonna know it. I think the arms are this. There's still some weird material here on this arm that needs to be dealt with. Sorry, I'm just shave this while I can. Yeah, look at that. That is definitely a weak point between two bigger pieces, but I think we got the angle okay. So, I think all of that goes. Yeah, there's no way. I think all of this goes. There we go. Yeah, that's the only way that this is going to work. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it was confusing. The way that those were cast was very confusing because the pins were gone, so there was no obvious place. But now we have now we have some nice flat surfaces to glue with. All right. Oh, thin resin. Yeah, perfect. Okay, actually, yeah. Let me do that. I think we're okay. Just put these guys in. Sorry, I know I'm off camera, but this glue has to get in the right place here. Okay. So here, yeah, that's perfect. But this side is not so perfect. Here we go. Okay. Can we make this work? I think so. All right. We'll hold this together and say a prayer. Yeah, really, really brittle. Yeah, I think I was just, I didn't see where I needed to cut things off. And if we wait long enough, then the pieces will be glued together and my fingers will be glued to the model. I hate when that happens. You can't pull things away. I love this fast setting glue though. There we go. Look, it's disaster averted. Yeah, so I've got a little bit of waver in that handle. I wish I had some pliers. There we go. That should be good. All right, and then just a head. And then the Devout. The Devout didn't want to be finished before something horrible happened. So now I'm very worried about those 2 elf spearmen I have to deal with. Those long spears are not gonna clip off easily. Oh, I just heard something. Sorry, let me see if I'm... What's beeping here? Okay. All right. So just the head left. I think this position will be pretty easy. Yeah, and that axe is on there. Okay, yep. Yeah, these poses are good. And there's enough kind of, nostalgia, kind of retro look in how they're made, that it's a nice update. And it's not like a weird a recreation of a clumsier, older time. Seat in there. There. I love when you dry fit it and it's like, oh, perfect. And then pull it apart. And when the glue goes in, yeah, I definitely want it. He's looking to his right a little more than anything else. Not that far, maybe. Okay. Yeah, it really wants to do that, doesn't it? Yeah, I guess so. So just hold it for a minute. Yes, I love that when you finally get something into position. Like, yes, and there's more glue on your finger and the piece than between the piece and the the body. And then you pull your finger away and the piece goes with it. That's the worst. Maybe that's why they named the miniatures company Heartbreaker, because of all those heartbreaking amount. Why isn't this seating well? There we go. Okay, yeah. I think that's what we want. Yeah, definitely it's kind of crossing the body. So there we go. So we've got our 4 Devout assembled. Yeah, I think we're setting nicely. Oh, these spearmen. Okay, should I save them for the very end when I'm the most tired, or start with them? Well, that wasn't bad. 90 minutes to clean up the 4 of these guys. Not bad at all, yeah. Hopefully over the weekend we can make some progress getting stuff painted. It'll at least be, table level. Maybe not painting contest level, but we should, yeah, so here's on the 30 mil base. Oh, these look great. Yeah, I really like the poses are good. All right. So let's just take a quick look at the, oh, yeah, I think, I don't know. That spear is very thin. Yeah, we may see some, yeah, it's the same situation where it's the 2 arms on the little thin spear. All right, and so where's the shield? Oh, shield goes on his back. There we go. Nice. All right, we may as well start because we know. Start with the spearman. Oh, so here, let's take a look real quick. So here's the art, the elf spearman, and we've got two poses, 2 models, and each has a different pose, and very different pose. It's nice. One looks like they're throwing. Oh, that's going to be the one that I break. One looks like they're throwing, and the other one's kind of doing a low thrust. So let's start with the body. Yeah, I really love the chainmail on these guys. I gotta make sure I do it justice in the painting and get a nice wash to show all that detail, and then highlight the edges of it. Okay, yeah, that's good. Yeah, there's nothing too intricate on the elf bodies. That's good. Just came right off. All right. So he's on kind of the ball of his foot here, and then flat on the other. The only trouble is it looks like there's a little bit of air. Oop, there we go. A little air on the leg of the chainmail, but I don't want to hurt any of that detail. Yeah, that should be good. All right, and then we got to cut all of this away under his pauldron, and then connecting his arm. Carve it away a little bit at a time. Yeah, that's great. Look at the plate. Yeah, plate mail with the belt across it and that huge belt at the waist, and then all of that armor. Yeah, so both the arms and legs are all chainmail. Oh, and there's the cowl too. Nice. Oh, there's a bubble here. I wonder if that's going to be covered. Okay, so there's the body, which is not the hard part. Here comes the hard part. Okay, so I cut that away. Well, maybe it's not so not so bad. Yeah, right there is. So as long as I don't drop this, it should be fine. And here. There we go. So don't drop it. And we should be good. So the spear tip. Okay. Oh, there's one more. God. One more connection between the, this is precarious at best. Ay, ay, ay. Yeesh. Yeah, the flash on the shaft of the spear is terrifying. Yeah, as long as it doesn't twist, you know, the completely wrong way, it should be good. I think that's it. Just don't drop it, don't drop it, don't drop it. Oh yeah, yeah, that's true. Yeah, thin metal, you can get the little, yeah, copper and the, yeah, thin hobby. Gotta stop dropping these things. See, I'm trying to hold it delicately, and then when I shift position, I'm not holding it enough. This piece of flash is terrible. Ah, that's going to be really hard to get off. This is just, yeah. So I got to put such weird pressure on it. All right, let's try to just get stuff cleaned up. Yeah, it should be okay. As long as I'm not twisting it while I'm cleaning this stuff up. Actually, this might be better. Maybe this is, yeah, what I need to do here too. It's just enough that, yeah. Huh. All right. Yeah, see that? Just slowly work it away. Jeez. I think I'm just going to sculpt more ornament on the spear to make it thicker. But it's nice and straight, that's the good thing. Yeah, what was it? I saw a, I think it was actually a video, like a Kickstarter video or something for a miniatures game, and they put down their spearman, and it was just this, like, you know, curly, like a C-shaped spear haft. Like, really? That's the best you could do for promoting your product? They were just holding this crazy, I think it was, it might have been WizKids or somebody that had like pre-painted miniatures, and their spearmen looked ridiculous. think it was a spear. It was a spear or some kind of a pole arm. And it was all curled up. And so if they can't even, get it right for their video, how are they going to... Okay, what is going on with this arm? Jeez. Okay, so yeah, it's the same situation. That's weird. Same situation. All this is flash, but it looks enough like arm that it's very confusing. And same with this, right? No, actually that one. That one's, yeah, that one needs some more material. Or does it? Wait, what's going on here? There? Or, I don't think so. I'm going to take all of that off. Can't tell. But I need more surface for gluing, so there we go. Look at that. Spear intact. It's a little scary, but we did it. Yeah, I think I took too much off on this elbow here, or there was something that was supposed to stay. All right. So go a little bit heavier on the glue just to make sure. Okay. Wow. It's in place, and now if those 2 points of contact hold, then we should be pretty safe. Because it's that little part. I guess the tip of the spear can always get broken. Yeah, a little confusing. The material that was left, I couldn't quite make sense of, where it should go. Sorry, I'm a freeze frame off camera. Yeah, it's good that the it's not two forearms, two fists on a spear, and then everything being separate, because that's when it's really hard to get it oriented if it's not very, very clear in the sculpt itself, like where things are supposed to go. It gets really ugly. All right. Yeah, this arm doesn't seem to be flush. Okay, I think that's it. Yeah, that's a nice pose. That kind of low. Yeah, he's down on one knee, basically. Yeah, that's cool. All right. An elf. Oh, here, let's get these guys. Corner here. An elf spear. Oh, that's right. He's got this shield in his back, too. There we go. Well, one spear down. That looked like one of the more difficult ones, too, so hopefully the next one will be easy. Although, I think he's holding it with one arm, so I don't know. All right. Yeah, unfortunately, there's nothing to break up the monotony of assembly. It's just all all the same thing over and over. All right. Yeah, I think we've got that as sharp as possible. And there's yeah, there's a ton of surface. Oh wow, yeah, it's sculpted very well. He sits in the little slot there. So sorry, this glue is okay. Perfect. Okay, what's this? There we go. Nice shield on the back. All right, one spearman down. One to go. I think if I don't drop it, oh, he's very vertical. If I don't drop it, we should be okay. Yeah, there's only one hand. It's only one arm on it, so we'll see if that makes a difference. Oh, let's start with the body. So that's got some place to go, especially if I break anything. So this foot is under here. Oh, there we go. That's scary when it just kind of falls away and you hope that only waste waste material is falling off. These guys don't have big flowing cloaks, so that helps. There we go. So flatten this a little bit. Yeah, some of that chainmail texture is all the way back here. Nice. Yeah, so again, kind of striding forward a little bit, holding the spear high. All right. So I think we've got good surface area on both of these. Although I don't know what this is under the arm there. All right, so we've got a shield and a spear. Oh yeah, the tip of that spear is very in the... All right. Oh, so yeah, looks like we've got some armor covering the attachment point, which is good. Ah, perfect. Okay. Aha. Another spear with a nice brittle shaft. There we go. Just don't drop it. I can't believe like a 15-inch drop was all it took to separate the two pieces of that axe. Just find the right angle. Yeah, and you don't want to have any drink close by when you're nipping everything off. It's just going to go straight into the drink. All right. So here. All right. It's going to need a knife, I think. All right, this wasn't too bad. This end is a little tricky. All right, so get all this fuzzy stuff off of here. That like film. Yeah, I don't know enough about the resin casting process to know what causes that, but that real fine paper-like flashing that hangs off of the some of the more complicated pieces. It must be, yeah, just something that forms when it's being removed, and there's still some kind of wet, or some resin that's still hardening. We're okay. Yeah, I don't want to push my luck too hard, but yeah, I think we're going okay. Yeah, that's that big piece of something. I can't believe I haven't had any trouble with these thin little projections off of the elves. All right. Yeah, so this is just him holding it up. Oh, it's, yeah, perfect. So position of the head and everything is already set, so we've got no decisions to make. Come on. All right. So now if we can just get that to sit right back in there in that same spot. All right. Yes, yeah, I've got a huge softbox light above the table, and then a little like work light with a magnifier. So, and now I'm kicking the camera. Actually, I think I pushed the table because the table's on wheels. I think I pushed the table into the camera. I'll have to fix that. Yeah, that's a nice throwing pose. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it looks good. Everything's all meeting where it's supposed to. Let's put that there for a second and take off the... Wow, we are halfway done with the elves. After holding my breath for 30 minutes while I cut spears. Now, as long as I don't drop anything heavy on the spearman, I think we'll be good. All right. Oh, I don't want to deviate too far from the topic of war games and miniatures and stuff, but I was watching the final season of Ozark on Netflix, and it's crazy. It definitely reminds me a lot of the kind of insane tension that built up in the last season of Breaking Bad. Just things really going sideways, and because it's the last season, they can kill anybody they want. You know, that's the scariest part. Oh, I hate that when you cut off a big piece and waiting for you right inside is a big bubble. Resin. Yeah, but I'm really enjoying it's. They're doing it. I'm not sure how many episodes there are, but they're doing it in two parts, like everybody ends up doing, and I think that might be partially because of problems, pandemic scheduling problems, trying to film during that time. I think all that's got to come off. Yeah. So. But yeah, really enjoying how crazy that story. They gave you like a little bit of resolution, and then things just went sideways again. So very, very cool. Oh wait, so where's the pose? So is it supposed to be? He's supposed to be holding it back. Oh, I guess so. Yeah, that's right. Because his fist is there, so he's holding it back pretty far. Because he's getting ready to throw. Let me double check. Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, he's totally holding his arm back. So he's gonna find the best angle there. Alright, yeah, something like that. Yeah, the shield can't. Yeah, I guess like that. Can't come into too much contact. Oh, come on. Sorry, I'm squeezing my glue off camera. That's not a euphemism. Okay. Haha. Yeah, so the shield has to kind of get out of the way of the body here. So we'll do something like this. Get as much surface to meet. Yes, it survived, both of them. Oh, watch as I drop it. So I'm trying to set it down. Yeah, look at that fragile little thing. Is that going to even survive our first skirmish? At least you don't have to. Well, I haven't been completely through the rules yet, but hopefully you don't lay down miniatures like you do in Necromunda and Mordheim and things. You have, tokens to represent stunned and different conditions. I don't like when the rules say, yeah, just take the miniature that you carefully painted and built and just like flip it over on its side. All right, and now we'll see if he stands by himself. He does. All right. Okay, so as long as I don't drop them or drop anything on them, like this heavy raft, we should be good. All right, so that was our spearman. 2 more to go. So let's continue with the Lotus Guard. Ooh, close combat 13. Leadership 13. Ouch. So a little better than the Devout. I'll keep that on camera. And I'm making a lot of little crummy resin mess. Alright. So, yeah, we've got 2 long swords. Oh, wait. Oh, and a head. There we go. And a head. I didn't see the head in there. And a head in the middle. Alright. So I let Chris pick first. Or I will let Chris pick first. So I don't know which. I wonder which faction I will be playing. The the last model I'm doing is the bowman, and the bowman is female, so maybe that'll win out. And and I'll be playing Devout. The Devout could all be female. It's impossible to tell. But I think that'll win over Chris. All right. And oh yeah, that's all extra. Yeah, I love that the shapes of the blades and everything was preserved. Like there wasn't any artistic license taken to, you know, change things beyond recognition. This definitely looks like Chronopia. All right. Oh yeah, I'm actually doing this backwards, right? I was doing the bodies first before. So let's just hope the bow and the elf bowman, bow woman, bow person, bow elf is not too delicate. It's not like a crazy elven longbow. Alright, what's going on here? So, on camera, I will try to trim this. Yeah, right, I gotta get those bases on those spearmen as soon as possible and then get them in protective cases. Thanks for the advice, Miguel. Yeah, I know I'm gonna drop something on one of these delicate weapons. Just because. I also got some long hair on the elf. Whoa, this is weird though. There's like no. I hope the body has a good space for this head because there's no pin or slot or anything. The head is just kind of swooping over there. There should be enough surface area to glue it, but oh yeah, it's just a little slotted thing. I'm kind of looking down though. There was no neck. Huh, alright. Well, I think that'll work. Oh, but a big cloak. Oh, and the fur-lined cloak too. Look at that. The trim, or not lined, trimmed. Okay, wait, what's going on? What's going on over here? Okay, so that the cloak is not anywhere to be found. Okay, none of that is cloak. This is not cloak. There we go. That was a little confusing. Alright, so let's just trim these low so we don't do anything weird. Okay. Wow. Yeah, really nice detail on the boots. I don't want to, I'm going to make sure that these are sitting high on top of whatever base treatment I use. You know, any flock or whatever goes on the base. I don't want to bury these boots at all. They're really cool. Got like steel toes on them, like kind of pointed steel toes and a spike on the top. Very nice. Yeah, very ornate armor. And yeah, the boots are really cool. So don't bury them in sand and PVA. Yeah, I think my whole Nurgle army is wading through an ocean of I guess it's more thematic. The Death Guard, it's more thematic than anything, so I don't feel so bad. But yeah, I base them a little heavy-handed. All right. Oh, there, yeah, there is a pin there, but there was nowhere to see, a way to see it, anywhere there would even be a pin on the head. It was really crazy looking. There we go. Yeah, much more slender than the Devout. So, gotta look for thumbs here to make sure I get the swords in the right position. So one is just being held out like that, and then I think the other is being held up. So let's do the arms first. These aren't going to stand by themselves, so yeah, I'm going to have to... These might actually need pinned, though, because he doesn't have enough... sorry. There we go. He doesn't have enough cloak. His fur-lined cloak is not touching the ground. So I'm not sure... Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully he won't be falling off his base constantly. Yeah, see, these are crystal Lotus. Yeah, I can't wait to see the differentiation in the armor, you know, the different elven houses armor. This is the Swordsman from the crystal Lotus, yeah, the guard. So we'll see how they differentiate. Yeah, these guys are going to be laying down until I get them based. Ah, there's plenty of material to be in contact. Let's give that a second to dry. I think this is... Yeah, so it's being held up. Oh, actually, let's see. This is going across the body. Reference. Oh, no. It's going over the shoulder. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah, I was right from the image. Yeah, it's resting on his shoulder. Okay, I couldn't figure out. It didn't make sense. Yeah, when you only get one angle, yeah, there we go. Yeah, it's coming across, so resting here. Oh, okay, that works. So actually before, let me just trim this elbow up a little bit. There was a little, bump on that elbow. Okay, that makes sense. I couldn't figure out the orientation. So that's not bad. Just across the shoulder. Come on. Yeah, so I think we're going to call this bottle of glue done after these. This is too much extra work just to squeeze out a tiny drop. Nice. That's cool. Yeah, it rests perfectly on his shoulder. Nice. Yes, if it falls off, if it falls over, you lose, and if his arms fall off, then you lose as well. He has a little bit of weird crud to clean up still on the side of him. Yeah, it's really, the elves are really nice looking. Yeah, resin is just so beautiful in everything that it captures. And that has to be really heartbreaking, those guys that work so hard, like they're recreating for like Come On or one of those companies creating 3D versions of really beautiful fantasy illustration, and I'm sure they're so satisfied once they get their sculpts approved, and then when they actually see the what was cast and what was going out to customers the version of their work. It's probably so depressing. It just looks like it's melting. I'm sure they look like they're bloated and melting. All right. And then the head. Yeah, so there's no neck at all. I guess though the amount of that chest plate and everything, that makes sense. Just make sure we find enough contact. Yeah, this should be fine. All right, this is the penultimate elf. We're almost there. All right. Let's just go back this way. There we go. Yeah, kind of looking down a little bit, but not bad. Nice. Well, how do these look side by side? Oh, wow. Yeah, decent. Yeah, Devout are very menacing and all that heavy armor. Oh, yeah, so do the Devout have higher armor values? Oh, yeah, they must have more armor because they got negative agility. Yeah, armor 21. Yeah, a little bit. A little bit. All right. Yeah, so he's not going to be standing anytime soon. So we are down to our last elf. So the archer, the elven archer. Oh, yeah, so here we go. Yeah, I'm glad this went pretty smoothly. I only screwed up. Oh, she's got a difficult wardrobe, possibly. Yeah, the bow doesn't look too bad. It's nowhere near the spear or the axe handle in thinness, lack of width. All right. Yes, sorry, it's allergy season here, so the later it gets, maybe the more congested I will get, which might not be so much fun to listen to. Oh, well, interesting. There's some terrain effects under her. She's kind of standing on rocks. Nice. Okay, wait, let's get this first. That scares me. It's pretty thick, though, but still. All right. And then this whole thing is... Whoa! Oh, that's not what you want to have happen. Okay. Okay, nothing, nothing bad happened. I guess that's why you keep at least one finger on the miniature, so when you trim that really thick part, it doesn't go flying. At least it landed on the table. All right, there's some more clipping that's going to need to be done. Yeah, this is another really nice detail. Yeah, the kind of the draping cloth and everything looks really good. Wow. All right, so that needs clipped off, and this needs scraped. Okay. Yeah, this is a nice pose too. I'm curious what it's going to look like when she's got her bow. She's not kind of leaning back. I thought it was a yeah, more kind of a ranger pose. And we'll see if she's going to be firing it or just kind of holding it. Yeah, I should. Oh yeah, this. Oof. Okay, this is all flash. So pull that off. I think that's it. Yeah, nice. Yes, a really nice detail. Yeah, and I'll get to see, like everyone that's got a demo pack will get to see exactly how the detail holds up in COcast. If anything is lost, because we'll have a one-to-one to compare. Yeah, she looks good. Anything I missed? Oh wow. Yeah, look at that quiver. The quiver full of arrows and the fletching on the arrows. Wow. Really cool. All right. Okay, so yeah, let's get these trimmed. Okay, the ends of the bow are a little slight and they're curved too, so we'll see. Let's leave that. All right. I was so glad that Archer didn't break when she went flying the last miniature. It would suck if she like just broke in half. Yeah, it's really unpredictable when you're like clipping those really thick pieces of resin. What's gonna go where? Yeah, her arm looks pretty good, and then we've got just this one. So I don't quite get the position of this arm. We'll see that in a second. Oh, she's got a little chainmail on her upper arm too. That's cool. On camera, on camera. Yeah, that'd be great if people tune into the stream right as I go out of frame and they're like, what's actually happening here? Okay, so her... Oh, cool. Okay, yeah, she is drawing back. So she is going to be... Oh, no, no, no. She's holding her arm up this way. Okay. It's kind of a... There we go. Yeah, I thought it was going to be drawn across, but yeah, she's holding her arm up this way. Guess we'll do that first. Because we don't have to do a head, so we're good. I'm going to know exactly how long I've spent on every one of these miniatures. Alright, so this arm is just up. Okay, a little bit less than that. There we go. Yeah, perfect. It seats perfectly if I can just hold it there long enough. Nice. Nice. Yeah, really like the details. I'm not a huge elf fan, but the elves are such bastards in Chronopia. It's much more fun. There's a lot more intrigue and deception going on amongst all of them. Nice. All right, now this arm. So I think, yeah, the bow is actually kind of drawn across her body. She's not holding it up. So let me, there's nothing on there that is going to help me. So let me just Scrape that a little flat. And we'll hope for the best. But this is it. The last piece. Come on. And I think the last glue left in this bottle. Jeez. Oh, there it goes. That's too much. Okay. All right. So we'll put the angle of the arm like that. Just make sure there's plenty of contact. Oops, there we go. All right, I would have to wait this one out. Yeah, I hope there's enough material held in place there. Okay, yeah, I think that's good. All right, so we just got a few seconds of almost on camera drying glue action. Nice. Yeah, 2.5 hours. That's not too bad. For the, yeah, I was expecting a lot longer, so a little more than 15, maybe like 20 minutes a, or I mean, a little bit more than, yeah, 20 minutes a miniature. I was expecting it, yeah, to be a lot longer. Yeah, that's a nice pose. Nice. Okay, get some actual focus on there. Cool. Yeah, that's great. And she's got enough going on her base that she may actually stand up. Yeah, so the elves are definitely much more delicate. Not only their weapons. Don't pick up the spearman. Just don't even pick up the spearman. Oh. I thought that was the double sword guy. Yeah, yeah. Nice. Yeah, these are really yeah, so even if you're not playing Chronopia, these are really great. These would be great for tabletop role playing. I can see both of these working well as characters. All right. So let's see. Yeah, let those finish. So that was it. That was everything. And wow, there's still glue in there. I don't know what I'm going to do with that bottle. So yeah, this is the Loctite 406. I like using this. It dries really fast. But the bottles themselves don't seal that well, so they dry out. The fast drying nature also makes the bottle short-lived. Nice. Yeah, so the painting will be a lot longer process. So we'll see. I'll try to, because they've got let's look in the book here a little. There'll be some similarity. I can kind of jump between them. Well, maybe not. Yeah, there's not a huge amount of similarity. I guess that there will be gold detail on some of the Devout, and the Lotus guard. Yeah, they seem to have a similar color scheme, but yeah, it looks like there's going to be some jumping around, and if I want to really catch a lot of those details, it's going to take some work. Yeah, there's not a crazy similar look between the colors of a lot of them. Oh yeah, I wish that that long. I love that. Maybe that just looked really ridiculous once it was actually sculpted. But that long mask with the T slot. Although the one we got is decent. Where is he? Yeah, the variation we got is not the worst. And, you know, we are getting alternative sculpts of things. So maybe we will see something closer. Yeah, let's see the axe. Yeah, that one. Yeah, that's much closer. Whoop, sorry. That's much closer in the shape of the helmet. Yeah, I wonder if this just, when it was actually sculpted, just looked a little too cartoony, because it is so long. I wonder if it just looked a little too exaggerated, and they gave up. But yeah, the translation to 3D is really nice. They did a great job. So let's clean up a little here, and then put everything, oh, maybe not that one, put everything out so you guys can see. So they're not going to be sitting particularly well, but so here's, yeah, I guess overhead is not the easiest. All right. So here's, oh, make sure, let's see where we are. There's our 4 Devout and our 4, here's the part where our 4 elves. Actually, let's, so these are kind of the 2 of the same unit. And then our little bit heavy hitters. Wow. So, come in just a little bit here. And go all off skew. But yeah, this is the whole set. It looks really good. I mean, they, aside from snapping that axe, I think that was the worst thing that I did. I wasn't able to screw anything else up worse than that, so that was good. But yeah, they're really really well done. I can't wait to see more of the units as we go. Wow. Well, thanks everyone for hanging in there. Oh yeah, I think you're right. Let me go. Yeah, Chronicles of Black Moon. Yeah, I could see that very much. Nice. Oh, the Stygian pick. Oh, sorry. In the book, did I miss? Oh, this guy. Oh, yeah. Whoa. Yeah, nice. Things to come. I guess they're teasing us, right? Yeah. So this is just the demo rulebook. So they put in some extra. So there you go, Miguel. Yeah, I like that. Huge sword. Yeah, we're going to be seeing, hopefully we're going to be seeing a lot of, let me go a little bit more. Yeah, I want to see more and more. And they probably have, you know, things well in hand, because I think they even said that most things were sculpted. There's just a little bit left to do. And I really hope we don't have any more problems. I think if they're doing COCast, though, it might be that they're producing it domestically in the EU, which would be great. Yeah, a lot of these are much tinier. But that would be a relief, because then you won't have the weird supply chain distribution problems if everything is getting assembled, you know, manufactured and assembled in the EU, I'll feel much better about that. I don't know what it's going to do for like, taxation and like VAT and everything, but I would rather get things late because we usually in Japan get things later when they're fulfilled from the EU. When they're fulfilled in China, often, we get them very quickly because it's a short trip. But I would rather wait and have things more reliably produced. And I think COCast, because the machines are smaller, they're not they're not such gigantic and kind of limited to certain facilities. I think they're much more able to the factories are able to kind of gear up with those machines. So I'm curious. I'm curious like what the situation will be, because I think Warzone Eternal is being produced domestically in the US. So that's good. It'll mean shipping will take forever to us, but it's good that they're not going to go back and forth. Then the thing that's so ridiculous is when they produce something in China and then they assemble it and fulfill it from Europe. So it takes extra long. It's like right here. It's like a stone's throw away. And we got to pay for the shipping from the EU because they make the parts, but then in Asia, but they put them all together in the EU. So we'll see. And we'll see what, like where they print books and stuff. The quality of this, even, just this demo book feels a bit nicer than other things. Yeah, they don't credit where it was printed, but I'm hoping that's EU as well. So we will see. Oh, this has been really fun. Yeah, really. I love the the look of that as well. Very cool. Well, thanks everyone for hanging in. This went a lot faster than I thought. I thought I was going to be up until the wee hours of the night, and then it would only get more comical as I broke and dropped more things the more tired I got. And also was sniffing from from the pollen buildup in my nose throughout the day. Yeah, everything went together well. There were a couple of arms that should have had pins that just weren't quite formed where they should be. But other than that, everything went together really well. There wasn't anything, and especially with the two armed pose, like both of those joints have to meet well, or else the weapon isn't going to like kind of cover the ground it needs to. And everything looks great. There's nothing like strangely hanging off. I can say I haven't always had those results with my Infinity. I've had to kind of improvise sometimes. So yeah, these look really great. Oh, I'm picking up a spearman. What am I doing? But yeah, good looking miniatures. Okay, so wait, how far? Now that's just brutal. Look how far that's going to hang off the base. This is snapping the first game we play. Yeah, I wonder if COCast is a little more flexible. If it's as brutal as regular resin. Excellent. Yeah, I would think so. And I think time-wise, too, I hope that they see that doing that cargo, cargo shipping is a waste of time. I think people would rather pay more and have things sooner than the other way around. We'll see. But, wow, this was really fun. It's got me really excited for this game and to see how this game plays. Really good. And I think, there is a QR code for it. I'm not sure if it's active yet. The link is working yet. For the full rule book in the back. That's a really nice idea. So I'm going to download that if it's available and check out check out how things are going so far for the rules. But yeah, great. So I'll get these based and start painting over the weekend. So keep an eye out. So subscribe to the channel, either on Twitch or YouTube, if you aren't already a subscriber to get a notification of when we go live again and do some painting. But yeah, I think I'll do exciting things like sanding these bases off camera. I think there's plenty of tutorials on that online, so I'll have the bases done and get these guys all in bases, and hopefully, and maybe just primed too. There's no reason to watch me glue them to bases, so I'll have everything primed as soon as it warms up. I think tomorrow we're supposed to get warmer weather, and yeah, we'll be good to go for some demo games. Yeah, wow, I'm really looking forward to it. So yeah, and these live streams will be archived. They're not going to go, private or anything, so they'll stay on the channel. So hopefully you'll have some time to catch them during the course of the Kickstarter if you're curious about what things look like. What things look like. And I am a person of small faith. But what things look like and how the game actually plays. So yeah, I hope we can get a few after work quick matches. And I think they said like 90 minutes, like 90 minutes to 2 hours, depending. And I think, our first couple of games will be slow. But the heroic skirmish level is a very manageable game size. So I think 90 minutes, 90 minutes, I can't remember. It may say in the book. But we'll see how that runs. And I'm really curious how it scales too. So we will do some of that soon. So thank you so much for joining me. And Upturned Table, of course, is the website. And join us tomorrow, noon Japan time, for the weekly. So Chris and I will be doing the weekly about 1 p.m. I think Japan time. So a little bit later than usual, but there's scheduling stuff keeping Chris from getting here at noon. So yeah, we'll be doing that, and it's going to be kind of a not the happiest episode. I can't believe why am I telling you? It's really depressing what we're going to be talking about. I kind of went back and forth about if I actually wanted to cover the subject or not, but I think we probably should. So the weekly tomorrow at lunchtime, and we'll be back with some more miniatures. And I can't wait to show off the detail once I can get some paint on these. I mean, you think they look nice just as the gray resin, but as soon as paint starts picking out all that little stuff going on, I'm gonna have to get my magnifier out to paint some of these little little gold details, but it should go well. All right, well, thanks. And yeah, take care. So see you later. Little Will, Unknown Girl, Miguel. It was good to have you guys during the stream, keeping me company. Very cool. Yeah. So anybody that's watching that hasn't subscribed, let us send you some notifications about when we're back online. We would appreciate the subscription and like the stream if you haven't already before we wrap up here. And take care, everyone. We will do this again soon. So good night, everyone, and thanks for watching. So March 29th, the Kickstarter begins. Okay, see you again soon. Goodbye.